My name is Robbie. I'm going to be showing you how to do quick automation inside of Pro Tools. This is just going to be some very basic automation and plugin features inside of Pro Tools. If you want to get more elaborate and see more of this in detail, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll be posting a lot more videos other than this. Alright, so to get started, I'm going to play this session here in Pro Tools. You guys probably already know this song. Alright, cool. So what I'm going to do is actually take just the vocal track here, which is Marvin's voice. I'm going to solo that. Cool. I'm actually going to highlight that and just loop that for the next 10 minutes here. Cool. Alright. While I'm doing that, actually, I'm going to go over here to this small little tab here. And what that is basically my edit window view selector, as you can see. And what that's going to do is show me everything I need in order to put in my plugins and my buses inside of Pro Tools. What I'm going to go actually is I have insert selected, I have sends selected, and most important, my IOs over here, so that's good. Now, why do I need to have my inserts and sends and IO selected? Now, here's what these do inside of Pro Tools. Inserts in themselves, you can add different plugins, such as, let's say, real instrument plugins such as expand or boom. You can have time-based effects such as reverb, delay, and dynamic effects such as compressors and limiters and things like that. Now, the first rule of thumb is we're actually going to not use time-based effects on inserts, and instead we're going to have a time-based effect on an auxiliary track. Okay, so what we're going to do is go to tracks here. We're going to go to new track, and we're going to select an auxiliary and mono because his voice is mono. So we're going to create that. We're going to drag this auxiliary track right below Marvin's voice here. Cool. I'm going to name this track Reverb. Cool. And for this specific track, I'm actually have the insert tab here. Click on that. We're going to go to plugins, right down where it says reverb. Doesn't matter which reverb you choose. Let's say air reverb, for example. Wait for it to come up. There's an air reverb. All right, 100% on the mix. Exit that for now. We're actually going to send Marvin's voice. Okay, sending his voice out to a bus. Okay, so we're going to go to sends A, bus 1. Okay, out of bus 1 into the inputs on the reverb auxiliary track, not the inserts, inputs, again, bus 1. All right, now with that being said, out of bus 1's here, we're having a separate fader to the right here so that we can see the actual bus volume and the bus fader specifically for bus 1. Okay, so we're going to play this track. As you can see, you hear a lot of reverb. We're going to select that, make sure we loop that. Cool. Now on the bus tab here, we're going to lower the fader. No reverb. Reverb. None. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm using that instead of having to put the reverb on the insert tracks. The main reason I want to do this is because, for one, what most people will say is to save a lot of CPU space or CPU power in a sense so that your computer doesn't get that smaller icon that says CPU overload. To avoid that, it's recommended that you use all your time-based effects onto one single auxiliary track with that very specific effect. And what we're going to do is actually going to send all of your tracks that needs reverb to that auxiliary. So instead of having air reverb on each individual track, like on this one, this one, this one, this one, what we're actually going to do is have it only on one track, which is the auxiliary, right? We're actually going to send all of these to bus 1. bus 1. And we're going to solo them so we can hear what they sound like. Bus 1, okay? Now on each bus, let's say for example we solo them, right? And I press play here. You're probably wondering, well, I don't hear any reverb. Well, that's because all the faders on each individual bus are all down. So we're going to go here to Marvin's, okay? Raise this up to 0, which is nominal. Tammy's, raise her up to maybe, let's say, 10. The guitar, we don't really need a lot. And the bass, we don't really need a lot in the bass either, but we're just going to show you anyway. Hit play. Now you can see here, on the bus sends, there's actually a small little meter that shows you the volume and the actual little meter icon. So once we're playing this, you can kind of see the volume meter go up a little bit on each individual one. That's actually the meter for the reverb for that specific bus. Okay? Cool. Now, quickly to have automation, what we're going to do here is go to Marvin's voice. The small little drop-down menu, we're going to drop that down here. We can select this little track here, this mini track, this sub-track underneath the main track. This one's volume, and there's that little line that indicates the volume's automation, okay? So we're going to take out this real quick just so you can see it. Volume, we're going to go to Marvin's A bus 1 and the level for that, okay? Now this is basically showing us the bus's levels, this guy right here, and telling us how do you want to automate that into our session. So if I hit play, and now let's say move this around, you can see the levels going up and down on the little line here. Now, if you want to actually automate that, and what I mean by that is only on certain cases of the track you want to have his reverb go on and off, what we're going to do is actually go to auto read, and we're going to hit right. Okay? Now we're going to hit play again. Cool. As you can see, I use the fader as our automation writing. We can do that so many other ways. We can just grab the whole thing and draw it in, or we can go to the pencil tool and draw it, like so. For now, we're doing zigzags. I can go to the pencil tool mark here, drop down. I can either have it as, as a triangle form, or in my case, I like to have freehand, so I can do it as intricate as I want. Okay, I'm going to play that. Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. Cool. So right there I just showed you how to do how to have automation on your buses for a reverb time-based effect on an auxiliary track. Cool? Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.